players do we target most in round 6 through 10? Find out next on Fantasy Baseball Today in 5. Welcome into FBT in 5. As always, make sure to follow and stream us on Spotify. Today is Saturday, April 2nd. I am Frank Stanfield, joined by Scott White. And let's jump right into round 6, pick 61 through 72. Who's your favorite here?
My favorite here is Charlie Morton, and he's been my favorite pitcher to draft for a long time. His ADP used to be lower than this. I think now that he's appeared in some spring games and people aren't as concerned about him breaking his leg in the World Series, they're starting to appreciate the numbers that I was appreciating all along, because you look what he did last year, you look at his track record, 3 of the past 4 years, a no questions asked ace. And, the 1 year that wasn't was the 2020 season where he had a little bit of a injury going on early on. So you can understand why the numbers fell short, but I have him as a top 15 pitcher. In the past, I may have had to, because he was going so late, I might have skipped over him in my rankings and then gone back and drafted him later. I think I'm to the point now where I'm just taking him exactly where I have him.
Yep, we are simpatico, Scotty. I have him top 15 at starting pitcher as well. Since the start of 2017 for Charlie Morton, a 3.34 ERA, 1.13 whip, 862 strikeouts over 732 innings pitched. Let's go into round 7. These are picks 73 through 84. Who you got?
I have Frankie Montas here, who was a different pitcher in the second half. Final 15 starts specifically is how I break it down, because basically what happened for him, there was a splitter. It was the pitch that was responsible for his breakout in 2019. And for some reason, he was only using it as a 3rd or 4th most frequent pitch. Over his final 15 starts, it became his most used pitch. And he had a 2.11 ERA, 102 whip, 10.8 K per 9, and a swinging strike rate on par with Max Scherzer. So I actually have Montas as a breakout candidate this year in the hope he can sustain something not quite that good, but something like that over a full season. And it makes me excited to take him in this range.
All right, 7th round for me. 2 hitters that I like to target here. Ketel Marte, since the start of 2019, 318 batting average, 917 OPS. He absolutely crushes the ball. He just needs to stay on the field. He's dealt with a lot of injuries. JD Martinez is the other one. Just last year, he finished as the 41st overall player in Roto. He averaged 3.2 fantasy points per game. This year, he's going around pick 80. So he's going basically double where he finished last year overall in Roto. So I think that JD is undervalued quite a bit. 8th round, pick 85 through 96. Who's your favorite here?
I love drafting Bryan Reynolds here. I understand he's probably not going to give you 30 home runs, but it'll give you enough to consider how safe a source of batting average he is with the great line drive rate and the plate discipline. Even on a bad Pirates team last year, he had about 190 combined runs in RBI. So that's some good production for this range.
Yeah, and I like to take a closer in this round, typically round 8. Kenley Jansen. I really would like to get one of the top 9 closers in my rankings, because after that, I don't feel as good as the skills and the job security. Kenley Jansen is the closer for the Atlanta Braves. We know that. He was a top 4 reliever in both formats last season, head-to-head points and Roto. He has 25-plus saves in 9 straight full seasons. The velocity was up last season for him as well. I trust him. And you can't say that about a lot of closers right now. Round 9, pick 97 through 108.
We're just looking straight ADP. It's Justin Verlander, but we all know Justin Verlander's ADP in recent weeks is on the rise, and I don't think you can actually get him as late as 104th anymore. So in that case, I'm going to say Kyle Schwarber is my choice in this range. You project his numbers last year over the 155 games he played in 2019, because obviously he missed some time last year with injury. It comes out to 44 home runs, and there was a career-high batting average. He and hitting coach Kevin Long worked to recapture his batting stance from his college days when he was such a big prospect. And he's reunited with Long now in Philadelphia. So Schwarber's the pick.
All right, for me, I agree, Scott. If you can draft Justin Verlander, the ADP the last 2 weeks is 78.5. I would even take him there. I feel comfortable doing that. But if not, Yasmani Grandal is someone that I like to target. Last year, he hit 240, 23 home runs in only 93 games. He averaged 3.4 fantasy points per game, by far the most among catchers. He crushed the ball last season, like legit, elite. StatCast is filled with a bunch of red on his page. I want to get one of those top 5 or 6 catchers. Yasmani Grandal, I think, is going to be awesome. He's got to stay on the field. He's part of a great White Sox lineup. I like him quite a bit. Round 10, pick 109 through 120. Wrap us up here, Scotty.
In the specific range, I don't love anybody. But just after this is where you see the profit pocket at first base. Joey Votto, Josh Bell, CJ Cron, Reese Hoskins. And I might also splurge for Daulton Varsho here. So much upside for a catcher as somebody who's going to get everyday at-bats elsewhere on the diamond center field and also provide some stolen bases.
Mm-hmm. For me, if I miss out on Yasmani Grandal, again, I want to get one of those top 6 catchers. I think there's a big drop-off after those. Willson Contreras is a player that I target quite a bit in round 10. For more extensive fantasy baseball coverage, listen to the Fantasy Baseball Today podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, your smart speakers, or anywhere else podcasts are found. And thanks for listening to Fantasy Baseball Today in 5. We'll be back again on Monday morning. Bye-bye.